Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Blood Drive. Last time where we left off, it was Chapter 0, so now we're going into the game proper. Essentially, to make a long story short, Ayumi had a family member, and we looked into her abandoned home. All we found were baby teeth and dead, well, not even dead at that point, essentially just bones of birds, essentially. What does that mean? Who knows? But let's find out. Day had passed since the events at Shimorengaku South Apartments. This was to be a significant turning point for me, and Mochida might have been part of it from the start. Except that fate seemed to have other plans for him.
先生、俺、今日は大事な用があって。
ダメ。サトシ君、昨日の唾液の小テスト、ちょっと残念な点数だったでしょ?
Like an owner training a puppy, Koan gave him a strong glare and held up her index finger in reprimand.
今から1時間、私の授業に集中しなさい。そうしたら、次の小テストも解けるようになるから。
先生って英語科でしょ？唾液なんて専門外じゃ。
That doesn't mean she doesn't know what 2 times 2 is.
一生懸命教えるからできるよ。
She seemed a little taken aback by the remark, puffing up her cheeks like a chipmunk in protest.
いや、先生。クオン先生って、ユイ先生そっくりだな。ごめんなさい。
Looking both bemused and guilty, Mochida tried to get up and leave his seat in one swift motion, but he was quickly and easily caught, lifted up, and forcefully sat back down.
ダメ。
Miss Kuan was smiling. She was actually enjoying this.
なんだこの先生。
Miss Kuan was only the slightest bit taller than Mochida. This did make her taller than the average, but her arms were small and frail. There seemed to be no way she could have possibly lifted someone of his build. This whole situation was rather bewildering for him, and he made no attempt to hide his confusion.
さあ、始めるよ。
はい。
He had no other option. Apparently, he was going to be studying algebra for the next hour, come hell or high water. Meanwhile, at a local cafe near the school, Kishinuma and I were sitting down to speak with Aiko Niwa, the informant who'd led my friends to me the previous night.
大丈夫？お腹でも痛いの？
I responded with a dismissive gesture, while continuing to rub my abdomen with my other hand. Ever since the previous night, I had this constant, unbearable urge to pee.
なんだろう。昨日怖い思いして過呼吸が続いたから、体がおかしいのかな。ずっと膀胱が膨らんでる気がする。何から話そうかしら。
Aiko tilted her head and stared at me, looking me up and down, seemingly judging my every mannerism, my every moment of movement. It was making me feel really self-conscious. I covered my abdomen with both hands, as if guarding it from her gaze.
昨日はありがとうございました。いいえ、大したことはしていないわ。如月学園って案外広いので、岸沼くんたちを探すのに少し手間取ってしまったわ。
Kishinuma Numa and I stared at one another. Still unsure how to feel about this strange new addition to our entourage.
あゆみちゃん、岸沼くん。あなたたちって天神小学校の生還者よね。
We'd pledged never to discuss heavenly hosts with anyone else, which we'd always assumed would be an easy promise to keep. But now, carefully and out of the blue, here we are.
なんであんたそのことを。
あなたたち死後の世界に接してきたでしょう。通常人間には身につかないオーラの色をしているわ。私には見えるの。
Both Kishimuna and I were speechless. I just sat there staring at my palm, subconsciously trying to see my aurora, I guess. Aiko was just smiling at us, triumphantly.
愛子さんは霊能関係の情報屋でナホさんのお友達なんですよね。
ええ、ナホちゃんに天神小学校の情報を提供したのは私。
The true source of the deaths, as subsequent erasures that had turned our lives into a living nightmare, was the Sachiko Ever After ritual posted on Naho's occult blog. I've been a fan of Naho's for quite some time, so when I saw that, I knew I had to try it out with my friends from class 2-9, and as a result, half of those friends were gone now.
ナホちゃんがキビキ先生のために霊能探偵をやっていたことは知っているわよね。
はい。幸せの幸子さんの情報が掲載されてから失踪されたことも。
私はね、心霊スポットや霊能関係の情報を集めて、それを欲しがる人に有償で提供してきた。報酬はお金、もしくは私の興味をそそる霊具の類。相手によってふっかけ方も変えるけれど、まあギブアンドテイクよね。向こうは情報が欲しい、私はお金と霊具が欲しい。
Physically, Aiko was an attractive young woman, but personality-wise, the jury was still out. Her words were calculated and emotionless. Her true intentions are still a mystery.
だから私は情報屋をやっているの。ナホちゃんもいいお客さんだったわ。あの子が最後に買ったのが天神小学校の情報。ナホちゃん、これでキビキ先生の小説がなんとか賞を取れるってすごくはしゃいでた。ねえ、教えてくれる？あなたたちの閉じ込められたあの異空間にナホちゃんはいた？
ナホさんはキビキ先生と一緒に亡くなっていました。
I looked down as I answered. Despite everything she'd done, the memory of Naho's passing was still painful for me. She'd become one of Heavenly Hostess' lost souls and gone completely berserk. In the end, I was the one who finished her off.
そう、やっぱりね。
Aiko seemed completely unaffected by this revelation. Her tone remained, even in her expression, cold and distant. Honestly, I had about enough of her by this point. She was so devoid of empathy, it was almost offensive. I was genuinely starting to get pissed off.
平気なんですか？
残念だと思うわ。でも予想はついていたから、わざわざ取り乱す必要もないでしょ。
Kinishimuma continued to stare intently at Aiko, with his own brand of cold, emotionless eyes. He was oddly quiet, though his anger was palpable. I clenched my fist.
じゃ、この子はおまじないを一緒に行ったと思うんだけど、あっちにはいたかしら。
Aiko showed us a photo of a girl named Sayaka Oue?
いえ、会ってないからわかりません。
そう。
That's right. Well, she's dead anyway, so whatever. Aiko's expression was so unfaltering. You could carve it in stone. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to say something.
なほさんのことお客さんだなんてそんなの友達って言わないと思います。
My voice was breaking with rage, but even if that hadn't been the case, my face must have been read like a book. This icy bitch may have had only one expression, but I didn't.
あら、あなたは客って言葉に対して随分と偏見を持っているのね。取引を行う以上、私はそこに最大の誠意とクオリティを提供する。つまりそれがパートナーとしての信用で、フレンドシップにも負けないものだと思っているけれど。
そんなこと
Had no idea what to say. It seemed like Aiko was used to this sort of thing. Her response felt carefully rehearsed, like a sales pitch. Finally, Kishinuma broke his silence.
あんたよ、昨日篠崎を助けてくれたことは感謝する。けどよ、金やなんかの見返りのためにそんなろくでもない情報を拡散させるなんて旗迷惑だと思わねえのか。
情報は情報よ。それ自体に罪はないわ。道具と同じ。それをどう使うかは使い手の問題でしょ。その気になれば、その辺にあるコップでも人は殺せてしまうのよ。
なもん詭弁じゃねえかよ。
あなたもそう思う？あゆみちゃん。
愛子さんごめんなさい。私はあなたの考え方嫌いです。無責任だと思います。
Her expression remained calm and collected overall. Her eyes blinked several times in rapid succession. It was the first outward sign of emotion we had seen from her.
やれやれ、ひどい嫌われようね。慣れてるけど悲しいわ。
Aiko quickly shrugged off her sudden outburst. It was back to her usual icy self.
天神症は俺らがぶっ壊してきたからいいけどよ。
An awkward tension filled the room, or at least our table.
じゃ、本題に入りましょうか。私があなたたちに近づいた理由、伝えたいことについて。
Aiko produced a thick, hardbound file folder from the light blue bag she'd brought with her. She opened it to reveal several documents of a questionable nature. Among them were what looked like to be a family tree, and as well as numerous pages featuring black magic symbology or images that looked like tree branches.
黒魔術の文字対応表。篠崎家の家系図。
少しショッキングなことを伝えるわね。
Aiko was looking directly into my eyes now. Her gaze was fixed, intense, and unblinking.
さっき岸沼くんが言ったことだけれど、間違いよ。
あ？何がだよ。
天神小学校は壊れてなどいない。今もまだ存在し続けているのよ。これを見て。
Aiko placed a black and white photo on the table. It wasn't the clearest of pictures, but there was no doubt the location it depicted was Heavenly Host Elementary. In the picture, a small girl could be seen standing in one of those all too familiar hallways, holding a hatchet in her right hand.
天神小学校。
なんだよこれ。
やっぱりこれは私が念写したものよ。力が足りなくて少し不鮮明ではあるけれど、今現在のあの空間、天神小学校の様子。
一体どういうことなんですか？
I can't even describe what's going through my head at the moment. I felt like I was about to burst. Aiko, however, remained calm as ever while recounting her story.
順を追って説明するわね。まず昨日の例の赤い箱だけれど、開けるとこのレーグが出てきたの。
The box I'd found unlocking his futon. Inside it were apparently two stones resembling magatama, comma-shaped ceremonial objects from Japanese antiquity. Also included in the box were several more roughly hewn stones, as well as a lining along the edges consisting of crumpled pieces of thin white paper.
残念ながら箱の中でほとんど割れていたけれど、この一組は無事だったわ。
They looked almost like a demented version of yin and yang symbols, puzzle pieces that were clearly built to be slotted together. Aiko now held one stone in each hand. It was motioning them toward another as if to drive that point home.
レーグというのはね、簡単に言えば死者の思いが込められたもののことで、物に閉じ込められた霊、またはその生前の記憶が持つ者に永遠と泣き言を語りかけてくる愉快なものよ。私はこう見えて無類のレーグコレクターでもあるの。
Yoshiki and I briefly locked eyes again. We shared the same look of bewilderment. Aiko's personality was much more twisted than either of us had initially perceived it to be.
この子の意志を読もうとするとね、呪わしい声と一緒におさげの少女や廃校の風景が見えてきたのよ。で、気になったからこのカメラに。
At this, she produced an old instant camera, placed it on the table in front of us.
私の念を写してみたの。それがその写真。私がこのレーグを使ってその時の今現在を念写したものよ。過去や未来の時間を超えた念写は私にはできないから。
I examined the photograph in greater detail, and a chill ran down my spine. There was absolutely no denying what it depicted.
そんな
I was actually shaking.
篠崎幸子を失ったあの学校は私たちが逆落ちで脱出した際に崩壊したはず。
でも寸前のところでとどまったってところかしら。私に語りかけてくる声の主がまだいるのかもね。
Aiko motioned toward the photo in my hand.
例えば写真の女の子とか誰かしらね、この子。
The answer was beginning to dawn on me. A sudden cold sensation exploded through my body and I shuddered, as if trying to shake out the encroaching realization.
くそ、あの地獄みたいな場所がまだ存在してるってのかよ。
Yoshi leaned forward. The conversation was clearly beginning to engage him a lot more than it had been.
その天神小学校、いえ、学校の形をしたあの異空間だけれど、なほちゃんに紹介した手前、私も気になって調べていたの。あの異空間の正体はね、涅槃という死後の世界に近い磁場なのよ。普通はこの世とは別の次元に存在するものなのだけれど。
涅槃？
ええ、篠崎義恵については知っているわよね。
はい。
篠崎の家、義恵の診療所に黒の本と呼ばれる魔導書、ブック・オブ・シャドウズがあったことも。
はい。
Why? How could she know about that? A million thoughts, a million questions were running through my head. I was speechless. All I could do was sit there and hear her cry out. It was like a muffled scream or a moan of agony. The sound you make when you want to make a sound but are barely able to. That one was a little more forceful, accompanied by thrashing, and caused the nearby table light to fall over and roll along the ground.
あなた落ち着いてお願い
This was Yoshi Shinazaki's clinic. And Yoshi herself was on top of her husband, holding him down with both of her hands. She continued her Shinto purification chant. To prevent Seiji from biting off his own tongue, he had been gagged with a towel. Needless to say, he wasn't looking particularly well. Not far from her, where this was occurring, Sachiko stood aghast, trembling as she watched the proceedings with hesitant, sidelong glances.
かきまくも賢きイザナギの狼つくしの卑弥呼の立花のほどの淡ぎ原にみそぎ払えたまいしときにありませる払い戸の狼たち
Seiji, still collapsed on the floor, was clearly suffering. His body was bent into a most unnatural shape, as if he was fervently clawing at his neck.
もろもろのまがごと積み汚れあらもば払いたまえ清めたまえと回すことのよしをわずかみ国すかみやお許すの神たちともにきこしめせとかしこみもん回す
Sachiko's father screamed through his gag, foam beginning to froth out from his edges. He was going into cyanosis. Cyanosis? Worse still, some of the women had traditionally blackened teeth, giving their smiles an unintentionally sinister edge. The atmosphere within the room was heavy, as if spirits occupied every empty corner, dancing and flitting about freely and joyously. Seiji's body sharply bent and began convulsing.
荒れませる払い戸の狼たちあなたしっかりああ三親の御霊様お願いです連れて行かないでください
Her great-grandmother, Saira, the head of the Shinazaki family, was among the black-teethed women, laughing joyously at Seiji's suffering. So if I remember right, it's either in Corpse Party or Book of Shadows. You do know that like the husband of the Shinazaki family are like destined to die, and I think they are also, the woman is also like destined to always carry a daughter. So this whole thing is really messed up, really. His voice began to weaken, and his convulsions began to lose strength. Finally, the last spark of life had left his body. His eyes rolled back into his head, and all the movement ceased.
お父さん息してないよ
Sachiko looked up, eyes glazed over with tears. Yoshi, too, was stricken with grief and despair.
霊能力者の血筋篠崎の者と結婚した夫は必ず早々の死を遂げる呪われた家の運命に抗えなかった義恵は
Oh, maybe you learned that just now.
心ない者たちから守るよう篠崎の家に託されていた禁忌の本に手をつけるそれが黒の本 ブック・オブ・シャドウズ。愛する者を失う、そのことを恐れるあまり黒魔術に頼ったの。まさに荒唐無稽でバカな話よね。ヨシエ自身もすがれるものなら何でもいい程度にしか思っていなかったと思うわ。
Aiko stared deeply into my eyes, seemingly fishing for a reaction to her tale.
ところが、まさか信じられないことが起こる。
I continued listening, unknowingly stroking the wound on my thigh, as unpleasant memories of my own foolishness run in with black magic resurfaced.
ヨシエの体に流れる篠崎の血筋、その強い霊力に想像もつかない何かが呼応してしまった。それは
I instantly knew what she was going to say.
ヨシエの術で本の中から呼び覚まされた何か。それは涅槃。未来永劫、死者と共にいられる場所、死後の世界を切り取った空間がこの世に生まれてしまったの。ヨシエはもう半分正気を失っていたのね。一人娘の幸子を現世に残して、自分は夫の魂と共に生涯をそこで添い遂げようとした。ランド・オブ・コープス。ところが涅槃には意志があり、ヨシエの手でコントロールできるものではなかったの。
I knew that all too well. Just like Yoshi, I'd experienced my own tragic failure with black magic at the Shinozaki Clinic.
黒魔術には障害反動がある。夫の魂はバラバラに飛散し、ヨシエの命も消えかけた。自分の愚かな行為を悔やみながら呼吸を止めようとしたその時、底なしに霊能力の強い一人娘幸子が涅槃を丸ごと体の中に飲み込んだの。幸子が。
The poor girl collapsed to the floor, violently thrashing about as the weight of an entire dimension crushed her from the inside. This action had saved her mother's life, certainly, but death would have certainly been preferable. Picking herself up, Yoshi rushed to her daughter's side in tears.
幸子、さっちゃん、あなたお母さん死なないで、
Both parent and child were bawling, pain mixing with relief, mixing with pain again. The little girl buried her face into Yoshi's bosom and just cried and cried. Yoshi grabbed her tightly in both arms, tears streaming down her face uncontrollably. By this point, Sachiko's body had begun producing a dark blue aura.
ごめんね、さっちゃん。ごめんね。お母さん間違ってた。お母さんにはあなたがいるわ。もうあなたを置いていこうだなんて思わないから。
あなたも知っての通り、幸子も篠崎家当主直系の血を引くサラブレッド。ヨシエを超えるほどの霊能力を持っていたのね。涅槃を丸ごと体内に封じ込めるなんてものすごいことよ。
Aiko took a big, nosy sip. Why can't I pronounce this word all of a sudden? Noisy sip from her coffee mug.
当時ほとんど最強の霊能者だったんじゃないかしら。まだほんの小さな子供だったけれど。でも その幸子が死んでしまって。そう、保健医吉江の転落事故と同時に幸子が行方不明になった50年前のあの事件。あれは校長による殺人事件でした。やはりそうなのね。校長が余計なことをしでかしたおかげで幸子の中に吸い込まれて封印されていた涅槃が復活し、あの異空間天神小学校が生まれてしまったのよ。
It's probably because the school was the site of Sachiko's violent demise that her nirvana took on its form.
とはいえ復活した涅槃も資料として蘇った幸子の力で再び抑制されて、やっぱりその支配下に置かれていたようだけれど。幸子がいろんな力を使えたのはその涅槃の影響だったのかしら。
This was all starting to make a sick sort of sense. The pieces were falling into place and painting an awful picture. I shuddered to myself as I considered it.
現在はあなたたちが脱出の際に幸子を取り除いてしまったから、涅槃は再び暴走状態になっているのよ。なくなってしまえばよかったのに、あんな危険な場所。
His entire conversation was a roller coaster of emotions for me. At this point, I was just angry. Angry at everyone involved in this whole ordeal, myself included.
さて、ここで少し突飛な話をするわよ。ついてきてね。はい。死んだ友達にまた会いたい？
That certainly got our attention. We both perked our heads up immediately.
涅槃で死んだ霊は成仏できずに囚われ続けるというわ。お友達の魂だってまだあそこにいるかもしれない。実はね、黒の本ブックオブシャドウズにはいろんな魔術が書かれているの。吉江の使った涅槃を生み出す術の他にも反言の術というものもある。
Nakashima and I knew about that spell all too well.
命を無理やり戻すなんて敬虔な宗教家に言わせれば神のおぼし飯に背く背徳の行為だと言われそうだけれどね。
は？
Yoshiki seemed a bit more confused than he probably should have been, though I suspect the look on my face may have had something to do with that. I performed that spell, the very one Aiko was describing. It took hours, failed miserably, and killed my sister, all at once. The guilt returned. I lowered my head solemnly. Aiko grinned at me, and I had this sinking suspicion it was because she somehow knew what I was thinking, though I couldn't be sure, and I certainly didn't know how she would.
けれどそんなものはクソくらいよね。冒涜も破壊も何でも来いよ。死んだ友達を生き返らせたいんでしょ。だったらあの本を探し出し、天神小学校でもう一度あの術を行えば成功する可能性は飛躍的に上がるんじゃないかしら。
おいあんた、何無責任なこと言ってやがんだ。またやばいことになったらどうすん。
I didn't exactly mean to interrupt Yoshiki, but quite honestly, I didn't even realize he was talking. I was too focused on what Aiko had just said.
あなたは知っているんですね。私と中島さんの吉江の家での失敗を。
Aiko tilted her head at me, the same weary smile creeping over her face. She had gone from cold and emotionless to knowing and expressive in a mere instant.
あの時のことは夢幻だったと思っています。 ありえないものを見て、ありえない体験をして、私はおかしくなっていたって。してはいけないこと、あんなこともう忘れたいの。でも現実だった。
Aiko pointed to the scar on my neck, then went one step further and lightly brushed it with her hand. I could feel that touch deep within my soul. I suddenly found myself swallowing my next breath, practically choking on thin air.
いい？人が本来触れることすらできない世の常識の裏側にあなたは手を突っ込んだのよ。今さら逃げられると思う？
I looked down again, trying my best to avoid Aiko's gaze.
私にそんなことが。
When had I started crying? I raised my head again, intent upon looking deep into Aiko's eyes as she answered my question, but she looked so blurry through my tears. I could tell, though, that she was smiling at me. It was that same expression, her new standard.
そんなことって何？みんなを。何？あなたの口からちゃんと聞きたいな。どうしたいの？帰らせ。よく言えました。
Aiko patted my head, as one might a dog's after a successfully performed trick. Oh, after a dog. Wait, what? As one might a dog's after. I don't know. That just sounds really awkwardly worded to me.
黒の本が生み出すのは魔女の英知が起こす奇跡よ。それは運命をもねじ曲げる力。たとえそれが確定した運命であろうともね。あなたは強力な霊能者の家系篠崎家の末裔。日野江さんがいない今、これはあなたにしかできないことかもしれない。
My confidence was bolstered by the minute, though, in retrospect, that was likely Aiko's aim. Nonetheless, there was still something I could do for my friends.
だけど肝心のブックオブシャドウズがどこに行ったのかもわからないし、それに幸子を失った天神賞には幸せの幸子さんのおまじないではもういけない？そうだと思います。この学校で菅野由紀ちゃんという女の子に聞きました。
Aiko once again placed that bluish-white Makatama stones from the box in either hand, this time fitting them together, though not quite all the way they were supposed to interlock.
そこでこれよ。それは一体。ものすごい霊力を持ってる。さすが篠崎の霊具ね。声が教えてくれたわ。これは幸せの石。幸せの石。
I leaned forward to spite myself. The name sent a shiver down my spine, but now that I heard it, I had to know more.
この石は2つで1つなの。これをパズルのようにくっつけて「涅槃よ死人を迎えよ」と唱えれば、触れている者みんながいつでも天神小学校へ飛べるわ。
We both flinched at her chant, but Aiko just smiled. She must have intentionally orientated the stones the wrong way, so the charm wouldn't activate.
戻る時も同じ。
She tossed the stone she'd be holding in her right hand into her left, where it clapped together with the other.
不思議でしょ？この子が教えてくれたのよ、この方法。
Aiko gazed longingly at the stones. She was clearly enamored by them. It seemed as if they were the key factors in unleashing her newfound emotional expressiveness. But my focus was elsewhere. Without a doubt, the items Aiko now had in her left hand were extraordinarily dangerous. Possibly the most dangerous, horrific objects in the entire world. However, while Aiko was oogling them with her left hand, her right was feeling around for something in her breast pocket. She slowly removed it, producing an old black and white photograph. When she had taken that, it was the same photograph I had seen at Maki Shinazaki's house the previous night. It depicted a young Yoshi alongside her mother and Makina.
10代だった篠崎義恵はおばのマキナのことを慕ってよく家に遊びに行っていたそうよ。世界的に有名な霊能師の家系である篠崎家。ここならと。ヤゴーラ教会の生き残り、ヤゴーラのオキナが危険だからとマルトゥバから盗み出してきたブック・オブ・シャドウズを預けに来たんだけれど、それが揃うと危ないからと石はマキナが、本はヨシエが預かって保管することに決めたそうよ。
Yagura Society? Martubas? I've never heard of these terms before at all. And then there was that damned Book of Shadows again. Why did that have to keep coming up?
あなたたちはあの学校から篠崎幸子を取り除いた。それによって大きな可能性が広がったわ。これまでのような一方通行ではなく、現世に戻ってくることができる。この世のものではない異空間心霊スポットが生まれているの。
She thrust the ever after stones toward me triumphantly and continued to make her pitch, growing more excited by the second. I was legitimately speechless. What else could I say?
わかるかしら。まさにあの場所は宝の山よ。これまで眉唾、嘘800と笑われていた霊魂の世界への扉が開いたの。世界中のオカルト研究が一気に加速するわ。私はね、商売としてあの空間へ人を連れて行くツアーコンダクターをやろうと思うの。
Yoshiki and I both reacted to this preposterous suggestion with a start. She couldn't possibly be serious. Could she?
ナホちゃんのブログからは片白のデータは削除したし、あの手段ではもう飛べない。行く方法は私しか持っていない。
What could she have possibly been thinking? I wanted to stop her at once. I wanted to take those stones and break them right there on the spot before anyone else could get hurt. But
私はね、ツアーを運営するにあたって安全を確保したいの。あゆみちゃんはお友達の霊を探したいでしょ。だったらあの空間の再調査は共通の目的にならないかしら。
Aiko leaned in as she spoke. Her breath, scented with the sugary sweetness of the extravagant desserts we'd been eating, tickled my nose.
ね、あゆみちゃん。私と一緒にもう一度天神小学校に行ってくれない？本来は片白を引きちぎる方法でツアーをやろうと思っていたんだけど、こんな便利なアイテムが見つかっちゃったんだもの。これはもう運命よ。私やるわ。商売にする。
Aiko seemed like she was on top of the world, but that just made me all the more disgusted with her.
どうかしら。
On the other hand, she was offering me a chance to save our lost friends, and however remote that chance may have been, it stacked the odds frustratingly in her favor. I still couldn't just say yes, but I also couldn't say no. Honestly, I resented Aiko for putting me in this position. I glared at her for a moment before I said anything.
すぐに答えを出せるわけがないでしょ。考えさせてください。
I'd almost forgotten Yoshiki was there. Sudden waves of guilt washed over me. He had an absolutely incurious look on his face. I couldn't bear to see it, so I looked away.
ブックオブシャドウズだってどこにあるかわからないし、そもそもその石だって本当にそんな力があるかもわからないじゃないですか。実際に試したわけじゃないのでしょ。
Heiko smiled. She orientated the two stones so they'd form a perfect yin-yang symbol, then slotted them together once again. Immediately, the stones began glowing with a bluish white hue, and a stream of energy started to form around her.
マジかよ。
Aiko continued smiling and looked directly into my eyes.
いいわ、ゆっくり考えて。この石はもちろんまだ試していないから、どれだけ危険かわからないしね。
She slowly separated the two stones as she said this, and the energy surrounding her dissipated.
篠崎家の血筋、篠崎牧菜の家で発見されたんだもの。きっと信憑性も霊言も新たかな霊具に違いないわ。
すげえな。ちょっと見せてくれよ。
Yoshiki didn't wait for an answer. He grabbed the Ever After stones from Aiko's hands and began examining them carefully.
あの箱の中にこんなものが入ってたとはな。あんたさ、まさかこの石を独り占めしようなんて考えてねえよな。
Aiko seemed taken aback by the question. Way to go, Yoshiki. You managed to catch her off guard.
俺を見つけられたのは半分は篠崎が体張ったおかげなんだろ。
Aiko seemed to ponder these words for a moment.
じゃあ、お互い勝手に行けないように一つずつ持っていましょうか。わかりました。ちょうだい、岸沼くん。
ああ。
Yoshiki plopped one of the stones in my hand, then slipped the other back into the drawstring pouch Aiko had brought them in and closed it up. He casually handed the pouch back into its rightful owner.
その気になったら連絡をちょうだい。そうね。サービスとしてブックオブシャドウズの捜索は私も手伝ってあげるわ。無料でね。
Aiko flashed us the biggest, most gracious smile I think I'd ever
あ
seen.
の本さえ見つかれば一緒に行ってくれるのよね、あゆみちゃん。
I closed my eyes and gave something like a half-hearted half nod, lowering my head without raising it again. It was interpreted as a yes, but I'm not sure I meant it that way.
じゃあ、ここは私が出しておくわね。
Aiko got up and grabbed the check.
いえ、私も出します。
I took out my wallet. I had no desire to owe this person anything. Aiko just
そ
smiled.
れじゃ割り勘ってことで。そうそう、これは私からのプレゼント。
Aiko handed me her photograph to me.
嫌だわ、そんなに構えないで。これは無料で差し上げるわ。だから安心して。最低だよ、あの人。
ああ。
鈴本さんや篠原さん、森重くん、ゆい先生、 みんなのことが終わったらこの石はすぐに壊すから。
ああ、その意見には俺も同感だ。両方ともぶっ壊す案だがな。
As if he'd been waiting for this cue, Kimishima pulled the other stone from his pocket.
岸沼くん？
あの学校のヤバさも知らねえで浮かれてやがったからな。こっそりいただいてきたぜ。
岸沼くん、すごい！悪い人？
緊急事態によりやむなしだ。けどよ、篠崎、こう言っちゃなんだが、生き返らせるとか、鈴本たちのことはもう考えない方がいいんじゃないか。無茶ばっかしてお前がまた死ぬ思いするとかよ。鈴本も結衣先生も篠原も森重もみんなよ、そんなこと望んでねえと思うんだ。
でもそうじゃないかもしれない。
いい加減にしろ、篠崎。サトシや中島がどんだけお前のこと心配してると思ってんだ。
ごめんなさい。でもお願い、岸沼くん、もう少しだけでいいから私の気の済むまでやらせてお願い。
行くよ。いいか、一人じゃダメだぞ。こっちは俺が預かっとくからな。大丈夫だ。
I turned my gaze up to meet Yoshiki's. My eyes must have looked like saucers, windows into a mind full of worries, ideas, and fears spurred by this unexpected turn of events.
なんかあったらすぐ連絡しろよ。前みたいに目つぶって突っ走って勝手に死にそうになってんじゃねえぞ。俺だってお前一人くらい守れる自信はあんだからよ。
Kishinuma patted me on the head, reassuringly as he said this. I had no idea how to react. I felt warm and safe, but also a little annoyed, much like a younger sister being simultaneously comforted and scolded by her big brother. All I could say in response was, I could feel my eyes, still bulging from my head, opened as far as my eyelids would allow. I imagined how this must have appeared to Yoshiki. He was momentarily embarrassed.
んじゃ、そろそろ帰るとするか。
Oh, okay. Ready to head home? Not just yet. Alright. There's gotta be something somewhere, right? What does she have to say? He's late. Seriously, what is he thinking? That boy needs the boot to the head, I swear. Alright. Anything over here? Huh? Where are all the people? The streets seem unusually quiet. Is it because of the late hour? Can I go this way? Oh, I can. I remember running up these stairs with Mayu Shizumoto at the time. It never dawned on me that the legitimacy of those memories could ever be called into question. Why would it? When you graduate, transfer, or get married, you're always still able to see one another as long as you're both alive. But in this reality, it's as if Suzumoto never existed. Alright, I guess there's one last thing then, right? Oh, she has nothing else to say here. Interesting. Is the owner of this house happy? Obviously, they're experiencing the daily joys and hardships of life like everyone else, but do they really understand what it all means? Closed for the day, though this building has actually been vacant for years. This used to be a photo studio, I think. Interesting. What the fuck? Oh. I did not need all that. Yeah, I don't need that either. Saw something under the trash can. Let's go home. Dude, when can I save? Good lord. Actually, hold on. Nope. No saving opportunity. Alright, let's go. Okay. Come on then. Let's go.
ただいま。
おかえり。
今日の変死速報です。死亡した岡部さんは背骨が折れた状態で都内のこの場所で発見され、
Tokyo map was displayed on the television screen, marked with 2 red dots. The marquee at the bottom provided the headline, "Sudden violent deaths remain unexplained."
ご飯はまだ少し時間かかるから先にお風呂に入りなさい、あゆみ。
Why do they make her sound so far away when she's literally 2 feet next to me?
うん。
Without thinking, I left the socks I'd just removed from my feet on the living room floor, began walking toward the bathroom.
これ、靴下。
うん。
This is a bad habit of mine, so ingrained within me that it almost became a ritual. Mom did well to have caught it so quickly. I grabbed my socks and left the room.
みんなの魂がいる天神症でブックオブシャドウズを使えば今度こそ生き返らせることができるかもしれない。
I set my bag down in my room, quickly and automatically grabbed my sweatpants and spats, and made a beeline for the bathroom. And when I got there, I threw my socks into the hamper with purpose and began peeling off my school uniform. As I observed myself in the mirror, I began to murmur,
障害反動。もしあれがまた起こったら。
Those burn marks on my neck and arms were eternal reminders of what I've been through at the Shinozaki estate. I could clearly remember the agony I went through as they formed. I remember watching them sear into my flesh out of thin air, blood spurting from them as if I had been knifed. I only survived because Hinue sacrificed herself in my place.
やるしかないじゃない。
Tried to force self-confidence into my expression. When it wouldn't come, I slapped my cheeks hard. It was in me somewhere. It just needed to be yanked out in the open.
あなたが頑張るのよ。
I lowered my head into the water, ever so slightly, blowing bubbles into the water with my mouth. The pros and cons of returning to Heavenly Host were racing through my head.
奇跡の力。確定した運命に挑む力。 篠崎の末裔。私がやらなきゃいけない。みんなを生き返らせてみせるわ。ブックオブシャドウズのありかさえ分かれば、すぐにでも。
ブックオブシャドウズのありかだ。相変わらずずれた感性してやがんな。
This was just about the last thing I expected. Couldn't help but scream. It was the same boy who found his way into my room last time, wearing the exact same clothes. He spoke to me without once turning his head to look in my direction.
涅槃を知ったか。やっと悟ったようだな。てめえの宿命ってやつを。
He smiled, still facing away from me. It was a confident yet sinister grin.
音響のまじないなんて基本中の基本だろうが。いちいち驚くんじゃねえよ。それよりもだ。忘れんなよ、それ。運命に課せられたてめえの責務だからな。その末裔ってとこ。
あなた。
あ？
警察呼ぶから。この変態ストーカー扱う。
My face had to have been as red as fire by this point.
うるせえよ、この父なし女が。誰が痴漢だ。幼児みたいな体しやがって。てめえみたいな貧相な体、見ても何も面白くねえんだよ。
My head felt like it now housed all the blood from my entire body. I imagined myself white as a sheet below the neck, and flashing red above it on the verge of a megaton explosion.
いいか、よく聞け。ブックオブシャドウズは涅槃の中に戻ってる。てめえが篠崎家で失敗したあの時にな。ほら。
He handed me the autograph from Maiko.
いつの間に。これが何だっていうのよ。
よく見ろ、節穴女。ここだ、ここ。
I grabbed the photograph from his hands as aggressively as I could muster, then backed away slightly, putting as much distance between me and him as humanly possible. It was definitely the same picture of the little girl holding the hatchet that Aiko had shown us earlier, but I now noticed that she was holding something in the other hand too. It was a hardbound book, about the size of a typical desk dictionary, and though I could barely make it out, there was a certain aura to it that looked an awful lot like a face.
これは。
力を使いたいなら、もう一度涅槃。いや、天神小学校と言った方がいいか。すぐにあそこへ飛んでその本を手に入れろ。そうすりゃ、お前の願いも叶うだろうよ。
He stuck out his hand and pointed directly at my face, then slowly lowered it toward my abdomen. He was now inexplicably pointing at my lower body, but as soon as I started to get self-conscious, he flipped over his hand and opened it, exposing his palm. There was another piece of 10-cent gum cup there, the same kind as before. I'm not sure why I took it, but I did, without even thinking. As soon as the exchange was made, he immediately turned toward the bathroom window, apparently preparing to make his escape.
あなた、何者なの？どうして私に。
My question seemed to stop him in his tracks.
いろいろ教えてくれるの？
I wasn't about to drop my guard, especially given the obvious advantage this boy had over me. But he didn't seem like he'd come to attack me or anything. Rather, it was almost like he was trying to lead me somewhere, to show me the way.
今はまだ話せね
He turned his head toward me, just enough that I could catch a brief glimpse of the eyes beyond his hood. They were icy blue in color, but gentle and sincere. He smiled once more as he leaped out of the bathroom window. I was kind of dumbfounded. I had no idea how to process what had just happened.
どうしたのあゆみ、大丈夫？
Mom barged into the bathroom, brandishing a broom. It was probably the first thing she could find, to fend off potential intruders. Too bad she hadn't been here just a moment quicker. All I could do was squat on the cold bathroom floor and stare at her with hollow eyes. There was no way to adequately explain any of this to her. It was late at night, and I still hadn't bothered changing out of my school uniform. I needed food, though, so I decided to hit up the convenience store on my way back home. I picked up a bottle of olives. A bottle? Wouldn't it be like a jar? Whatever. A pack of tofu, some mineral water, and other various things to keep me going for a while.
なんだこりゃ。
You'd hardly believe it. It was actually in a cold section at the damned mini-mart, with all kinds of stupid stuff like spirit talisman magnets and anti-demon wards. I grabbed one off the shelf at random and looked at the company logo on the backside. PL Promotions Co. Inc. For these for these last 2 months, since we gotten back from Heavenly Host, it seemed like there was a real spiritual boom going on all over the world. Whenever there'd be a strange death or something, the public would be all over it, downright excited about the possibility that it might be supernatural in nature. It was all over the TV shows and magazines too, with independent researchers checking out spiritual hotspots and giving fancy New Age advice to people just to boost their ratings or sales. And now this. Exposition merchandise next to prepackaged cupcakes and ready-made dinners.
コンビニでお札が買える時代かよ。ちょっと前までならこんなもの見ても気持ち悪いって笑えたんだろうけど、今じゃそんな風に笑えなくなっちまったな。こんなの本物相手に聞くのかよなんて思うようになるとは。
The item I was examining happened to be one of the spirit talisman magnets, seemingly the last one in stock. An old lady suddenly reached around me from behind and yanked it out of my hands.
どう？
She glowered? She glowered at me. You know what? I'm gonna say growled. She growled at me for a moment before taking her prize over to the register. I just stood there, staring blankly at her as she walked away. Huh? Uh-oh. Alright, well,
なんだかよ。
ありがとうございました。
Alright, so my PS4 controller just stopped working all of a sudden. And I swear to you, it's not due to a dead battery because it's hooked up. Alright, so I gotta figure out these keyboard controllers now. This is the last thing I want to do because I don't. What? Okay. So we're just gonna go home. But how do I run? How do I live? Hold on. Alright, options, controls. So are you plugged in or not? Oh, okay, now it is. Weird. Is it this way? Oh shoot, it was this way.
岸沼くん、
篠崎、何してんだこんな時間に。家に帰ったんじゃねえのかよ。
うん、 ごめんね、こんな遅くに。アルバイト？
ああ、今日は遅番だったからな。で、まさかずっと待ってたのか？なんか悪かったな。
うん、平気。
It was actually a really chilly night. I could see Shinazaki's breaths dissipating around her chin in just short, frequent bursts.
平気じゃねえだろ。震えてんじゃねえか。うん。嫌じゃなければ寄ってけよ。シャくらい出してやる。
うん。
My room was on the second floor of the apartment building. I hadn't been expecting guests, but I had just tidied up for my own sake a little while back, so it was fairly presentable. Is that an Xbox 360? Man, you're a different breed. I want to say that's a 360. Huh. Shinazaki immediately sat down on my bed and began sipping the tea I had made for her. She was holding it in both hands, probably less for politeness, and more just to warm them up.
おいしい。
変だろ？妹がいつも送ってくんだよ。いい茶話。
The sound of a large truck driving by seemed to catch her off guard. She was clearly a bit jittery, unsurprising, all things considered.
こんな時間まで工事してるんだ。
ああ、年末近くになるとこういう意味のない工事増えるな。うるさいわ、眩しいわで寝れやしねえよ。
大変。
Time passed by us at a snail's pace. Shinazaki continued to sip her tea, never once removing either hand from the warm cup. She definitely had something going on in her mind. Something had happened. It was written all over her face.
親に断ってきてんのか？
ううん。あ、連絡は大丈夫。
そうか。
Shinazaki was in my room. I had dreamed about this before, but never thought it would actually happen.
夏か。なんだな。いや、どうしたんだよ、こんな遅くに。なんかあったのか？
うん。あのね。
はあ？今から展示場に行くだ？
I was half acting, as admittedly this wasn't entirely unexpected. Shinazaki may be a lot of things, but unpredictable is not among them.
お願い。
で、この石を取りに来たのか？
I took out the Ever After Stone I'd stolen from Aiko.
いいか、篠崎。確かにこの石はさっき光ってたし、何か力はあるかもしれねえ。だがよ、もう一度あそこに行ったところで何をどうできるんだ？また出られなくなって下手したら今度こそ死んじまう。そうなりゃここでのお前の存在まで消えちまうかもしれねえんだぞ。
I tried to be as strong and commanding as I possibly could possibly mutter. I needed her to realize what a bad idea this was.
私の存在なんていい。それよりみんなを救いたいの。
救う？
黒の本、ブックオブシャドウズのありかが分かったの。
さっき言ってたあの本のことか？
見て。
She had that thoughtograph thing from Aiko with her. It was pointing to the little girl's left arm.
私たち実はもうさっき見えていたのよ。この女の子の左手のところ、それがブックオブシャドウズよ。
I didn't have to look very hard to see it, but
本か。確かに持ってるな。それでこれがブックオブシャドウズだっていう確証はあんのかよ。
ないけど、でも多分間違いないと思う。
多分ってお前。
天神賞へはね、この本を取り戻しに行くの。そしたらみんなの魂を涅槃から解き放てる。鈴本さんたちを今度こそ生き返らせることができるわ。
How could I argue with that? There were so many assumptions being made, but she was so sure of herself, so certain that this would work. She wasn't about to listen to reason. Shinozaki shook her head furiously, like some sort of violent shudder. It's almost as if she was trying to shake something loose from her mind.
つか、そもそもこんな石で本当に天神賞に行けるのか？あの女、庭愛子だっけか？どう見てもうさんくさかったぜ。
それは試してみなきゃだけれど、でももしまた天神賞に行けたらみんなの魂がそこにあるんだから、今度こそ反抗の術が成功すると思うの。
篠崎。
She still had deep scars all along her arms, legs, and neck. Anyone could tell at a glance she'd just recovered from a serious accident. She sounded so self-assured, so self-confident, but it was hard to take any of that seriously. This was the first time in my life I'd found myself tearing up over someone, and not being embarrassed that I was crying. Honestly, it surprised even me how deeply I cared about her, and how much I didn't want to lose her. My eyes were getting hot and glazed, and I felt utterly hopeless.
こんなこと誰にも話せないけど、あなたは信じてくれる、岸沼君。
I was at a complete loss for words. I found myself literally scratching my head, trying to come up with a good answer. This was Shinozaki. She had come to me for moral support, for encouragement, for peace of mind. It was really the first time she'd ever truly relied on me, and ever truly counted on me. I knew then what I had to do.
もうよ、あのクソ学校であんな目にあって帰ってきたんだ。今さら何があっても驚きゃしねえよ。お前が言うんならきっとそうなんだろう。理解はできないけどな。できないままに俺は決めたことがある。
決めたこと？
ああ。何があってもお前を守るってよ。
Shinozaki and I stared into each other's eyes for a moment, each of us trying to figure the other out.
心配すんな。大丈夫だ。
I tried to force a smile. Shinozaki had basically curled up into a ball at this point. Her tiny body collapsed in on itself for support, but now all of a sudden, she unfurled herself and glared at me. I couldn't tell if she was mad or happy or what. Her eyes were like daggers or saucers. Couldn't really make out which. Maybe she come here expecting me to actively shoot her down or something. Maybe she thought she'd be alone in this. Maybe she figured out what I was up to. Or maybe she'd even expecting me to say exactly what I'd said to her, and maybe it annoyed her? Either way, tears began to explode from my eyes, so quickly that red bags were forming under them almost instantly. She turned her back to me, all with one seemingly unconscious spin of her body.
どうした篠崎？
あのね、昼間私 私の頭ポンポンってしたでしょ。
She seemed like she was trying her hardest not to let herself cry, though it wasn't exactly working.
あんなことしたか？
した。あれだけど。
She paused, seemingly waiting for me to answer, but had no idea what to say, and absolutely didn't want to say the wrong thing, so I just stood there like a dolt.
やっぱり覚えてないなら。
Finally, she turned around to face me, her tears almost dry. Still a little self conscious about crying, though she kept her eyes closed, a telltale frown belying her confidence. There was obviously something between the lines for me to read here, but hell if I knew what it was.
ああ、お前の持ってる石の片割れ見せてくれよ。
うん。はい。
Shinozaki removed the Ever After Stone from her pocket and placed it squarely in my hand. I positioned it next to my stone and stared intently at the two. This was the turning point. What I did next could decide our fates. I couldn't mess this up. Outside my window, I could still hear the sound of construction vehicles driving by. It was now or never. And it close to one solid motion as I could manage. I opened my window and chucked the two stones into the road. I timed it perfectly. My aim couldn't have been better. Another truck was just about to pass by, and the stones were immediately in its path. The sound I heard next was a satisfying crunch. It was the sound of delicate, glass-like rocks breaking into tiny pieces. Shinozaki had rushed over to the window and directly witnessed the fate of the Ever After stones. As soon as the truck drove over to them, she collapsed to her knees.
お前を守るんだ。何をしてでも。
I couldn't even finish my sentence before Shinazaki's palm slammed my face with incredible force. The loud smack of flesh on flesh echoed throughout the room. The side of my face was immediately in pain. I began rubbing it with my hand as I looked into Shinazaki's eyes. Her face was filled with tears and her nose was running. She was breathing so heavily, her shoulders were bobbing up and down.
やっぱりあなたはどうしようもない人。
篠崎、聞いてく。
ちょっとでも信じた私がバカだった。
She was absolutely hysterical with rage.
行かせるかよ、あんなところに。
It was my turn to fire back now. I was certain I'd done the right thing.
本があるったって具体的にどこだ。一体何をするんだよ。何のプランもなしに行ってまた死ぬ思いするだけだろ。
嫌い。何よバカ。アホ。うよ。
Leaving me with those hurtful words, Shinozaki then pushed past me and ran out of my room, crying like a child the whole way. I stood back up again, rubbing my cheek where I'd been slapped.
お願い。どこ。 無事だったんだ。トラックに踏まれたのに。
当然だろう。ただの石じゃねえんだ。
あなたは。
よく手段を手に入れたな。論から手段、次に実践だ。進め。貪欲に貪るように邁進しろ。お前はもう飛べる。パンピーどもを超越する世の断りに手を突っ込むことのできる人間だ。
教えてよ。味方なの？
篠崎！
篠間くん。
比べてこいつはクズだ。
は？なんだよお前。
It's that guy who passed in front of Shinazaki's place.
壊れなかったのかそれ。篠崎、渡すんだ。
いや。
ダメだ、行くんじゃねえ。何度死にそうになれば気が済むんだよ。
いや。
渡せ。
いや。
野生犬だ。歩み、味方かと聞いたな。
Well, there's your answer.
その通り、守るものだ。俺はお前の姉、日の絵の世話になった一番弟子、矢後浦教会のキリアミストだ。
お姉ちゃんの。
いい子だ。会場のワードは覚えているな。さてと、それじゃあ実践といこうか。その石貸してみな。俺にしっかり捕まってろよ。あとほら、お守りだ。なくすなよ。
Obtain Mitsuo's charm, the Argus Cube.
行くな。
ごめん。もう心配しないで。
篠崎。
お前は正しくパンピーの道を生きてろ。
やめて。涅槃よ。死人を迎えよ。
篠崎！マジかよ。篠崎！篠崎！くそ。なんでだよ。くそ
こはこの匂い、この空気。天神書だ。
Here we go.
あれ、ミストさん、どこ？幸せの石。ない。どうしよう。あれはミストさんが。そんな、あの石がないと。あの石がないと帰れないわ。ミストさん。私またこの学校に一人ぼっち。そんな。そんなことないよ。きっとどこかで合流できるわ。前だってそうだったもの。
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Zaku.
いらっしゃいませ。
Bro, where's my save at, man? It's been an hour and a half. How do I leave? Okay, so nope, not through this way. Oh my god. It wasn't this dark last time. There wasn't a clock like that last time either. I guess things really are different now. I hope Mitsuo hasn't gone too far. I don't even know I don't even know his phone number. Actually, I should leave a message for him. Thank God. Mitsuo, it's Ayumi. Please call me. Good enough, I think. Now, let's see if I can find him anywhere. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, wait, did I save? Did it save? It didn't save. Alright, so we'll, save all the exploration for next time. So with that, I'll certainly see you all next time. With that, peace.